Welcome back to the KillCast. Dun, dun, dun. KILLAZ.INC podcast. What's going on, DJ? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Good. Living the dream.
Yeah, how's your week been? I know that we missed the episode last week because of pre-commitments and stuff like that.
Pre-commitment's known as employment.
Yep, employment.
Yeah, just working a lot, man. Working a lot. Be working till Thanksgiving. So like 4 days, 3 days from now, something like that.
Yep. Oh man. Thankfully, have Thanksgiving and the following Friday off, so it's going to be a pretty easy week for me in my case. But I wish I could say the same for you.
Oh, I got the same. I got the Thursday, Friday off.
Oh hell yeah! Then there you go. We'll be getting some streaming done on Friday then, right?
Oh, we should do something. What are we gonna play?
We should probably play either Killing Floor 2 or if you pick up Remnant, we'll play that because that is a lot of fun co-op. Remnant from the Ashes, if anybody hasn't checked it out, it's essentially Dark Souls with guns. It's a lot of fun. I've been sucked into it so hard lately. Put like 18 hours in the last couple of days. So I definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun, but I definitely recommend playing with some friends or playing in the public mode at least, so that way some people can join your game, because it becomes a lot more fun when you introduce co-op into the aspect of the game.
Yeah, I've been looking at it for a while, man. It looks pretty neat. It does. I'll give it that much. It looks like a fun co-op game.
It's interesting because I was checking out, okay, where do I sell my armor at? Because I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to sell my armor that I'm not using and get some monetary value for it to upgrade other things. And the first answer I saw on the forum post that I came across was, why in the world would you ever sell your armor? Look at the bonuses. And it made complete sense. And I started to realize that this game isn't necessarily about like having the best gear and upgrading it, to living hell or whatever, but it's about the different bonuses that each piece of gear allots you, and the bonuses from the sets stack as well. So you might not have a piece of armor like your trench coat or whatever, body armor that works as well as maybe something else that you have, but the bonuses that you get from it are exponentially better than provide more armor resistance or bullet or damage resistance.
Nice.
It makes you think about like what you're doing, and it's definitely a nice take on it. And the story's pretty good so far too, so I'm stoked on it, and we should definitely get into it.
Yeah, I'll check it out. How much is it?
It's $40 right now, normal price, but I believe it'll probably be going on sale sometime soon, especially with the holidays coming up. So I would imagine it's going on sale soon. But $40, not
$39.99.
$39.99. Yep.
Yeah, so I've got all positive reviews. Well, I'm sure there's a negative in there somewhere. Oh, there it is. But yeah, seems to be mostly positive.
It's a fun game. I definitely recommend it. And I don't play, every game out there and recommend it. But I do like those Souls-like games. And have you seen anything about the new Star Wars game that came out? Fallen Order?
I haven't actually. Couple people I work with, they play it. They say they added a few more it's just like a couple puzzles in it, but that like the actual combat is pretty engaging, and I've seen a couple videos, and it looks pretty awesome. Actually, I'm not really a Star Wars kind of guy,
Yeah,
call me un-American if you will, but
Star
I'm just
Wars,
one of those guys that was never really into it.
Yeah, and the Star Wars franchise died ever since Disney got a hold of it, to be honest. Well, I mean, let's be real here.
You Disney.
But Star Wars Fallen Order looks phenomenal. People are describing it kind of like a mix between Uncharted and Dark Souls, because of and it's not as unforgiving of combat system than Dark Souls is, but it definitely comes down to that Souls like precision and timing is really important, and then it has a really good storyline too, and you like really get engaged with the character that you play as. You really start to get invested in them as a character, and it's something that like people are blown away because EA actually released a decent single player game that has a great story, and they can't get enough of it. And EA is just like, what? I can't believe this. What happened?
We did it.
We did it.
We do this.
What
is this?
But then it's created by Respawn Entertainment, which is essentially the new life brought into the company that made Call of Duty Infinity Ward back in the day. The Infinity Ward that is around now is not the Infinity Ward that was. Now they're known as Respawn.
That's probably why it's a good game.
Exactly. That's exactly why it's a good game.
The original Infinity Ward crew was a good crew, man.
Call of Duty 4 had a great story.
Oh God, let's not talk about Call of Duty 4.
Here we go. Anyways, okay, so what's up next with the thing? So we got some crazy stuff going on in the gaming community as of late. Mainly, we've seen the release of the next gen gaming platform known as Google Stadia, and
I hear it's the bomb.
yeah, it's probably the greatest thing that's ever come out ever since the history of time. Definitely Google's best product.
It did exactly what everybody said it was going to do.
Wah, wah.
And that was just suck.
God damn, dude. Talk about a dumpster fire. I mean, we've seen some flops in the past, especially like with Anthem coming out, Mass Effect coming out, like we've talked about in the past. But this is just on a whole other level because it's a product that flopped for an audience that never existed.
You know, if you think for a second that Rockstar's Red Dead Redemption 2 launch was an epic failure, Google Stadia said, hey, hold my beer.
Exactly. Yes. And on top of that, it's never going to be fixed because they're probably just going to scrap it. There's people that are reporting
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. There's people that are reporting that if they have an actual decent streaming experience without frame rate drops into the single digits, so you're talking about like 4 frames a second, you might as well be watching. You'd get better you get better frames per second from a post-it note comic book. I mean, come on.
Right, and the bandwidth and data that it consumes.
Oh,
man.
dude, they're saying 7 gigabytes in like an hour or something like that, or 7.
Yeah. That's pretty close actually. 7 gigabytes, I believe, is what they said per hour. And that's, I mean, if you got any kind of plan that doesn't have unlimited, which is 2019, everybody should have an unlimited plan.
But that's
but I know that there's areas in the country that don't, man. And if you live in one of those areas and you have a set data limit, 7 gigabyte per hour, I mean, you're going to run out of data quick.
No, you're going to run out by the end of the night, especially if you're running like, if it exceeds that. I couldn't even imagine pulling in 7 gigabytes of data on a consistent stream. That's just asinine that they think that people have that type of availability. And then they claim that it's for the casual gamer. The casual gamer doesn't have fiber optic internet.
It's 2019, but still, you can't expect everybody to have high-end internet. And the casual gamer probably games, unfortunately, on a console with a hard copy of a game or a digital download. Either way, they have the game on a hard drive that is present.
Yep, exactly. Here's the thing that pisses me off, I guess, above everything else. Like, I mean, I get what they're trying to do, the concept of it, if you want to, like, throw the, like, Google opinion out the window for just a second, but I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to establish something that's new. They're trying to establish something and bring something to people that don't have that opportunity, but they're doing it the wrong way. They're doing it in a way that's not technologically available to the person that they're targeting, more so. Nobody's paying for unlimited data, especially on their internet service provider. You're better off seeing unlimited data from stuff. I think that's coming from like T-Mobile, Sprint, and like Verizon now has an unlimited data package. And the mobile aspect of it, your internet service provider ain't going to give you unlimited data for any type of price that's well worth your reasoning. But the thing about this that drives me nuts on top of all of that BS is that they're still making you pay full price for all the games. You have Witcher 3 on Xbox and PC. Well, too bad. You better shell out $60 for it on Google Stadia. And that is what drives me nuts. On top of their subscription fee. And you have to do the pro subscription fee if you want to get the best results. And it's just, oh, man. Google, what are you doing?
That's $60 for a game that's what? 3 years old?
Exactly.
That you don't get to own. You're just leasing it until they decide they don't want to carry it anymore.
Exactly. And I already own that game in 2 other positions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something I'm paying money for. I'm sorry. Like, if I want to do portable gaming, I'm going to go buy a Switch at this point. Like, I'm not paying for Google Stadia. Nintendo. Could you imagine if you saw somebody sitting on the bus and they had this, like, control? I mean, I guess it wouldn't be that far-fetched, to be honest, in these day and age. But, like, my God, dude. What is wrong with... and, Google is just going to abandon this thing because that's what they do to all their failed IPs. Just look at Hangouts.
I think it could be cool if it was a functional thing, and instead of charging full price for games, you got a discount. You know what I mean? Like, brand new games, you're only paying $30 because you're not buying the game. You're just leasing the right to use it, essentially.
Exactly.
And so if it actually ran and performed and you could actually buy games on it for half the price that you could buy physical copies for, then I would get it. But I mean, you're talking about technology that I don't think that we have.
No.
Where latency would be so low and the difference in resolution would be so minute that it would be worth streaming games versus owning them.
Right.
They could, if they had that technology, it would be, I could see where it has a place. But then again, like I said, you're leasing something, you should get the games at half the cost, brand new.
Or just like, you know, this is our collection of games and bump the subscription price up by $2 more a month.
Right.
And you get
Right,
all
that
of
would
them
be
for
good
free.
too.
You know, you can download, play whichever ones you want because you don't own the games. Why should I have to pay that much money just to play the game on top of the subscription fee? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't. It's the whole system's broken, man. It was, everybody said when it was coming out, this is gonna blow.
Yep.
This is not gonna. It's not gonna do what they're saying it's gonna do. It's impossible for it to do what they're saying it's gonna do with the bandwidths that we have available in today's internet. You know, and then you're talking about what servers you're connecting to, how far away from your location they are, makes a huge impact on latency. And it just, everybody, both sides of the fence were saying, you know, this is probably not going to work out very well.
Yeah.
And Google's over there going, oh no, we got this. This is great. It's going to be great, guys. We're going to launch it. And then they launch it, and it was, everybody just goes, oh yeah, well, we've seen that coming.
Man, it would be interesting. The salt on the, if you look at the official videos on YouTube for their commercials and stuff like that, everybody is just like, this does not work, and I don't want to see this ad anymore. And I'm just like, I think in a post 5G world where they have 5G consistently working literally everywhere, which will never be the case unless you want to have, you know, little transponders every 20 feet across the entire globe. That's the only way 5G is going to work at this point. But I could see 5G working because they can get up to 150 gigabytes down speed on 5G. But if you step 10 feet away from the little 5G node up at the telephone pole and go around the corner, you're down to DSL speeds.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it's a short range thing. It doesn't work. And like,
really,
I think, yeah, no, it's they're rolling it out in places, and they got to put 5G nodes on all of the telephone poles and buildings. If you're in the center of a building downtown in a city or something like that, you ain't getting that signal. No way in hell.
Your 5G goes to 3G.
It's seriously, they're seeing dips between, you know, they'll be at like 150 gigabits per second, bits, bits, but they're seeing drops up to like 100% in data flow from it if you go around the corner or if you're like more than 20 feet away from it in a straight line towards the node.
Oh, they'll get that ironed out. Another couple years.
Well, the thing with 3G or
gigabits will be a thing of the past.
Well, I know, but the thing with 5G is that it's a shortwave frequency, so it doesn't travel as far as 4G because that's a longer frequency range. So the strength of the signal deteriorates exponentially faster than the signal of a 4G LTE node. That's why they have to have them everywhere.
I feel like I'm perfectly fine with 4G at this point.
Yeah, me too. Like, I have better speeds on my phone than I have on my computer.
Really?
Well, download speeds, yeah, man. Like, I can download a file, and because I have that unlimited cap or whatever like that, I can download a file a lot quicker. And versus being on the PC, and PC has that turbo boost and stuff like that or whatever from Comcast, but it's for like 2 seconds. So you're getting like, you know, 50 megabits per second down for about 10 seconds, and then you're down to like, you know, 13 again. And it's just like, well, I might as well be, you know, running on DSL at this point. It's all a scam.
How is that possible, man? Because I live in the sticks, the boonies of Oregon, and I get 50 megabit consistent fiber to the node, and it turns to cable and comes to my house.
I don't know, man. You're asking the wrong hombre on that.
And if I want, I could upgrade to 100, and all our stuff's unlimited. We don't have data caps.
That's insane to me.
Yeah. I could YouTube, like, I could just leave YouTube on and just like let it run 24/7, and it doesn't matter.
My thing is, when I start to download games, like new install or new purchases and stuff like that, that's when the data caps start to get, because we only have a terabyte. Right? I don't even know. I mean, I think we're at like $75 a month, which I'm sure my brother and I might bump up in conjunction with my dad's payments or whatever if we're going to be making more content. We're getting close to the data cap each month lately, and I had a dream on Saturday night before the Live at Lose stream that we were at 998 gigabytes of our allotted 1 terabyte. and we wouldn't be able to stream. And I was just like, this is the worst. Whoa, what are we gonna do? I can't do anything. And I'm just like, that makes me think that we need to upgrade to the unlimited data plan. I mean, we already did that. We're already covering the basis of the cost for the mobile phones, you know, because of the whole Verizon data overage debacle that happened a few weeks back and stuff like that. So I think the next step is to do Comcast or find somebody that offers unlimited data for a relatively decent price and at decent speeds.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I mean, over here, before these guys, we had CenturyLink DSL. So it was, what is it, 10 megabit, and we paid like $87 a month for that. It was horrible. And then this company called Hunter Communications ran fiber all the way up and put a hub in up here in the middle of town. And there's only like 250 people in this town. And then they ran cable. Well, actually, they believe it or not, they used all the pre-existing cable lines. And they just come in and run one wire, and it's 50 megabits for $50 or 100 megabits for $100. No limit.
That's awesome. Why can't we have that here in like Shoreview, Minnesota, where it's suburbia to the max? Because they know that dumb, rich people that live out here don't know the difference and are willing to pay whatever they say. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm gonna edit that out because that's a little bit.
Oh, piss it off the rich
Oh
people.
God.
Right.
Yeah. In conclusion, data caps suck. Internet service providers kind of blow right now, and Google Stadia is the biggest flop of this decade. So moving on to the next topic, Black Friday is coming up. This
Yay!
Yeah, if you live in America, Thanksgiving is in just 4 days.
It's not just about cooking a turkey. It's about trampling people to get the best deals at your local Walmart.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's all about the savings because the real holiday in America for Thanksgiving is the next day. Stores open up at like 8 p.m., 12 a.m. all night long with doorbuster deals beyond ridiculousness, and it's known as Black Friday for those who are listening outside of America. And it is the definition of shit show.
Oh, man.
But the good thing about Black Friday is a couple days later is Cyber Monday. You can get some really good deals on tech.
And you don't have to get trampled at your local Walmart.
Yes. Oh, a lady died because she got trampled to death. And a little old lady standing in line for a 32-inch LG TV got trampled to death. And it's beautiful.
All it took. One Black Friday.
Yep. So we don't need to go out and brave the lines because we're not buying graphics cards and PC processors and stuff in bulk in a pile in the middle of Walmart. We have the awesome ability to shop online for this stuff at places like Newegg, Micro Center, and various other electronic outlets. Let's talk about some of the deals that are coming up.
So real quick, let's talk about how I wish I had a Micro Center. We don't actually have to talk about, but I really do wish Oregon had a Micro Center.
Yeah, me too, because Micro Center is pretty dope. It's the fact that like the OG location is just a 20-minute drive from me is spot on. I tell you what. I
know I hate you.
I'm probably just gonna go there with my credit card. I'm just gonna make a massive payment on my credit card from Micro Center, and well, not massive. I'm just gonna pay it off or whatever, and I'm gonna go there and just be like, all right, I want this, and that, and 5%.
Build a fancy new computer?
Yes.
All right. So what do we got first up on the Black Friday?
Looks like there's a couple of things going on right now. So first thing I want to talk about is the Newegg sale. Newegg has a number of different sales going on for Black Friday, and it's going on through November 25th through the 30th. So you can get your hands on it starting actually today through the end of the week. A lot of gaming laptops, pre-built PCs, monitors, and whatnot, stuff like that. They have PC components on sale, graphics cards, and the new Intel and AMD Ryzen 7 series cards and stuff like that coming out, processors. And it looks like it's an average savings of about 30% across these products in general. I mean, you can see stuff is on sale for 5% off. You can see other stuff is on sale for 47% off. The new Ryzen 7 2700 8-core 3.2 gigahertz processor is on sale for about half off at $159.99. And
that is actually a killer price for that processor.
Yeah. And you can actually get the 2700X for $10 more. You can get 3800X for 15% off. Looks like there's a number of graphics cards again on sale here. $30 mail-in rebates, instant savings kind of stuff going on, and a lot of these graphics cards have they get a free digital game with it, stuff like that too. So we got some M.2 drives on sale, SSD drives, all this good stuff. So definitely check out Newegg if you're looking for upgrading some components or gear of yours. What about on your aspect? What are the deals that you've come across? Anything good that you're keeping your eye on?
Well, on my end, looks like Sony PlayStation 4 Pro console with Call of Duty Modern Warfare at GameStop, Best Buy, and Walmart will be $299, $300. It's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal
for a Pro console and a game. Yeah,
brand new game.
Well, that's pretty cool. Doesn't the console have any like customization on like the paint scheme of the actual device, or is it just kind of like a digital download? I know, like, yeah, myself, I have an Xbox One, and it is the Forza 6 edition. I bought it back in late 2015, and works like a champ still. The cool thing about it is that the color scheme of the actual case itself is kind of like a blue-ish color, and it's got racing stripes going down it. And when you push the power button, it makes a startup sound like a, and then when you push the disc eject button, it makes like a sound of a race car passing you in full throttle. Just, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. Love it. And so that's my Forza edition of Microsoft's Xbox One. Do the new consoles come out like that, or is it just simply like, oh, this is the Call of Duty edition because it came with the Call of Duty game?
Pretty much the second.
Oh, Jesus.
It looks like a black PlayStation 4 Pro with a disc of Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
That's lame.
Yeah, pretty much nothing out of the ordinary there.
The one thing that made me buy my Xbox, or my Forza Xbox, was because of the fact that Forza I can't emphasize that enough, used to be a good game. And I loved it. I loved Forza 2, loved Forza 3, loved Forza 4. Never played Forza 5 or the Horizons, but I played Forza 6, and that was pretty good too. But you could definitely see the downwards trend on their whole game aspect as soon as they started. I mean, Forza 7 sucked, simply because it was built around microtransactions.
Oh, God, really?
Yep.
I seen that coming when I got I think it was the first Forza Horizon.
Yep.
I have it on PC, and I noticed they had all this Hot Wheels DLC and all these other DLCs, which are cool. DLCs are fine in the game. And I was wondering, are they going to start implementing this into all the other games? Because if you don't have the DLC, you could still see all the races on the map.
Right.
But if you go to them, you drive all the way to them, it's like, oh, you don't have the DLC. Would you like to purchase it? Not really.
That's stupid.
Yeah. So 6 has microtransactions?
Well, they all have I mean, you could buy the car packs, and they all have DLCs. I don't know. I'll have to pop the disc in on 6 and play it. I think that there are some minor aspects of microtransactions, but it's pretty much the full force like Forza that we know and love. 7, on the other hand, is essentially microtransactions day one, and that's what the game is built around. They couldn't fix it. The developers literally came out and said that they can't fix the game because it was built from the ground up around microtransactions, and that just, I won't play it. I won't play it. I'm not gonna buy Horizon. Like, as fun as it looks, it's all right. It kind of reminds me of like a little bit more fine-tuned version of like something like Burnout. You know what I mean? Open world, riding around in a car.
Yeah, it kind of is. It gets. I wouldn't say it gets old, because it's actually pretty good. And the game I have, which I believe, again, is the original Horizon, but on PC, is part of their Play Anywhere, I think it is. So I have it on Xbox and on PC.
Oh, okay.
But I play it on the PC, and it's a beautiful game, man. It really is.
And that's
just all that, driving. You drive to these races, and it's like, oh, you need to purchase this DLC to play these. It's like, come on.
Yeah, that could be super irritating.
Yeah, why even have the option to go there? Obviously, because they want you to purchase things.
Yep.
But looks like Walmart has a couple decent Black Friday deals. Looks like a PlayStation 4 Slim bundle with Last of Us, God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn for $199. Now, that's not the Pro. That's the Slim. And then Xbox One X Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order bundle, which is $349. That's actually a pretty decent price if you're into consoles.
Yeah.
PS4 Pro 1 terabyte, $299. Looks like PS VR bundle with 5 games for $199. Sega Genesis Mini with 2 6-button controllers for $81.09. That's an odd price. Nintendo Switch latest model with Spyro Reignited Trilogy for $299. Those seem like pretty good deals.
Is that the Switch full or the Switch Lite?
That is the Switch.
Cool.
Not the Lite.
Yeah.
Never the Lite.
Never the Lite.
Never the Lite. So it's the it actually turns out it's the original Nintendo Switch, but it's the latest model, so the one with the extended battery.
Yeah.
And Spyro's Reignited Trilogy, which looks, you know Spyro, man. Come on. Spyro's good.
Yeah.
For $299, that's, it's like buy a Switch, get a free game. Granted, the game's like probably like $30, but sold out. What the fuck? It's not even Black Friday yet.
Damn.
This deal is sold out at Amazon, but Walmart still has stock. Okay. Fuck. I'm half tempted to buy it. I almost want a PS4 because they have that what's that game? Crap. It's called
Metal Gear.
One with the zombies and no, that's definitely not it. After watching Dead Stranding videos, I don't think I'll ever buy any Metal Gear games.
Oh, come on.
No.
The Metal Gear is better than Death Stranding.
I know it is. I still remember the one where you could get in the box.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
No.
I think it was on PlayStation 2.
No, I never
played. You'd get in this little box, right? And the little box would move around, and then the enemies would be like, "What the hell was that?" And they'd turn around and in this box, and you gotta stop moving.
Seeing that because you hide as a box.
Yeah, you were just a box. The whole fucking level, you were a box. I missed that. I want to be a box again.
I do remember that very.
How did he go from a game where you're creeping around a little box and it's cool as shit to Death Stranding, where it literally is garbage, just complete garbage?
Oh, damn. That's a good question. I'm not really sure, but I think Hideo Kojima just has the clout of being able to be like, okay, I'm going to make this game, and this is what it's going to be, and this is what I want to do, so make it happen, because he's got his own development publishing team, essentially.
I have the clout now, so I can produce garbage? That makes no sense to me.
Right, but the
thing is... What are you, the Coalition? Is this Gears of War 5?
The thing is, with Death Stranding, that I hold it above something like Gears of War 5, is that he's trying to do something different. And I can respect that. More so than something like beating a dead horse till it's a bloody pulp. Like something like Gears of War 5, Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Like, the IPs...
Call of Duty's great.
the overstayed IPs and stuff that, like, come on, there's more ideas out there. Make something like Outer Worlds. Make something different. And people will respond in a way, even if it's not the best game in the world, people will respond in some way, manner, shape, or form. I guarantee that 50% of the people that play video games aren't going to come out and be like, Gears of War 6, oh my god, this is life-changing. But something new like Outer Worlds or Death Stranding, everybody's going to be talking about it, even if they don't like it. And that's, any publicity is good publicity. So I do understand where they're coming from. I do understand, like, it's a different game, and we need to, like, take that into consideration. But I also think it kind of sucks.
Death Stranding is life-changing in the fact that people play that game and then wish they would have had made life changes back before they purchased that game and not purchased that game. That's how bad that game is.
Exactly. All right, so just checking really quick on Amazon over here. Looks like there's a number of different deals going on. Looks like you can get some of the graphics cards and stuff like that on discount. I'm not seeing much over about $50 off. $50 off, mainly being against Power Color AMD Radeon RX 5700 8GB. But this is the Power Color that has the OG body chassis of it, so it doesn't cool well. It's just got the single fan. It's not the Red
like
Devil.
The Founders Edition?
Yeah, the Founders Edition, essentially. And another one on here looks like the Gigabyte GeForce RTX 2070 Super Gaming is on sale for $30 off. 1660 Ti on sale for about $20 off. So about $40 to $20 off of these graphics cards as of right now. So we'll see what happens with that. But I don't think Amazon's going to drop prices much further than that. I do think that. Well, that's what I was on right now. I mean, you can get the same damn prices, just have it delivered.
No, because they had a in-store pickup. It was a deal on an 8-core AMD processor.
Oh, damn.
It was something stupid like freaking $109. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was an 1800X, but it was like $109, but you had to get it in-store pickup.
Dude, just tell me to go get it, and I'll pick it up for you and send it to you in the mail, like next day shipping.
I don't want to pay for the shipping.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, if you need something that's in store pickup, just hit me up. I'll go over there and buy it, and I'll send it to you. I did that with Halo 3.
That would have been nice.
Remember? I sent you my Halo 3 disc, and I was like, figure out why this doesn't work. And you're like, oh, it's cracked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, that was so long ago.
That was a long time ago. That was like right when we got
the Master Chief release?
No, I haven't really been paying attention to Halo ever since Bungie jumped off.
Dude. So go to your Steam search and type in Halo, and then click on Master Chief Collection.
All right. Let's see.
Bada bing, bada boom. It's going to be every single Halo game released in order with online servers, online co-op.
For $40. Dude.
Yeah, but it's every single.
No, I know. That's my point. For $40. What?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. I'm gonna get it. You know, I'm not a huge Halo fan, but I love the beginning ones more so, and just for the nostalgia
Red
fact.
versus Blue wasn't a political thing.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Red versus
Blue.
Blue.
Bring it back, man.
Holy shit, that's dope. All right, so I'm taking a look at Micro Center's deals on top of Amazon and Newegg stuff. It looks like they're pretty comparable. Some things that are standing out right now to me are you can get the new Intel Core i9 9900K Coffee Lake at 3.6. You can get that for $250 off, just the processor, which is a pretty decent deal. You know, $250 off. You can't really complain about that. Looks like you can get the Ryzen 7 2700X 3.7 gigahertz with a cooler, with the Wraith Prism cooler included for the same price as Amazon. It's $160. It's about half off.
Right on. The Wraith coolers are actually pretty decent.
Yeah,
air coolers.
They're really good as far as what I've heard, at least. And I mean, there's just some deals on monitors and stuff like that. So really, one of those things that you got to kind of see in person to kind of make a decision on. Looks like you can save $4 on a solid state 240 gigabyte SSD drive.
Did you say $4?
$4.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And sell of the day goes to the $4 off SSD.
Yep. And it looks like there is an Acer 27-inch. These monitors crack me up because they're all like, okay, the dynamic contrast ratio is 1,000,000 to 1. What does that even mean?
You know, somebody smart out there could probably answer that. I'm not that guy.
Let us know in the comments below, because this is YouTube, if you know what that means and how that actually makes a difference versus 800,000 to 1 versus 1 million. And response time, 4 milliseconds. I've seen a lot of monitors boast 1 millisecond response times. Does it really make that big of a difference? Like a millisecond is 1,000th of a second.
I'm not 100% sure. I think mine is 1 ms, and it's a great monitor, but I came from a 60 hertz 1080p TV, so
there you go.
It's a huge jump.
Yep.
Huge jump.
Yep. No, I know. I tried to explain that to my dad. Like we've talked about in previous episodes, that like 144 hertz is a hell of a lot different than 60 hertz is a hell of a lot different than 30 hertz or 30 FPS. If you want to do like the refresh rate versus frames per second or whatever like that. Just like the human eye doesn't see more than 30 frames per second. I was like, oh really? Is that why
he's wrong.
Is that why my mouse looks smoother when I set it to 144 hertz? And he's just like,
he's wrong.
Yeah.
He's wrong.
No.
I'm sorry. He's wrong. You could say the human eye doesn't see past.
It's like 270 or something hertz. Like that.
You could say that all day long. When I'm playing games at 144 frames a second, even it's night and day versus 100 frames.
It's smooth.
It's the more frames you can get. I mean, if frames weren't that huge of a deal, put it this way: if the human eye can only see 60 frames a second, VR would only need to be 60 frames a second to be immersive.
Yep.
VR is like 90 frames a second minimum, and even then it can feel a bit choppy, and it just takes you out of the immersion. Anything under 90. So I'm sorry, man. The human eye can see way more than 60.
Well, see, like the thing is that like both frames per second and refresh rates are essentially a still image being drawn multiple times over a course of a second, right? The human eye doesn't see like that. We see a continuous stream of data. We don't see thousands and thousands of images being drawn in front of our face. And essentially, we see from a human eye, when the image goes into the eye, it's actually upside down. And the brain actually has to flip that around. It's a whole different spectrum. So to sit there and say that the human eye can't see 50 images per second, 60 images per second, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense because it's two different spectrums. It's like trying to solve an algebra problem using biology. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right. Anyways, so rant over. There's some good deals going on. I definitely just recommend to check out your local stores, local Amazon pricing and whatnot. Definitely look online. We've given a couple of resources, being Micro Center, Newegg, and Amazon, for some good sales going on as far as computer components. But really, it's going to come down to what you find. And just go for it. This is probably one of the best times to get computer components on a discount, so I would highly recommend, if anybody's thinking about upgrading, they should do so this week. And I actually will be buying a brand new PC in the next week, and we will be building it on film, my brother and I, which we'll have a guest on the podcast with. We will be building a brand new PC for yours truly, and it'll be a hell of a lot of fun. We're going to go with an AMD build based on the 5700 XT Red Devil and the new processors from AMD that are coming out. I can't think of the model number right now, but
The 3 Series, man.
the 3 Series, yeah. It's going to be the 3700X.
3700X.
$329.99.
Yeah, that's not bad. And it's
Or
newer.
what do
AMD
they
architecture.
have for the 3800X? So the 3800X runs for $90 more, but looks like it's got a faster clock, more threads. What do you think? Do you think that would be worth the upgrade?
Always.
Yeah.
Especially for you, because you do video editing and streaming, and mostly the video editing side of
The
things.
video editing is the huge thing, because that takes like, I was rendering out a video for Remnant last night, or no, the night before, and it had my CPU clocked at 100% for like 45 minutes, and I couldn't even play Slime Rancher. It was
See, the
just,
cool part about the really,
it was
Jeez,
just
that
like, it
sucks.
was just like, nope. Yeah, you better just stick to looking through your file explorer, you bastard.
One of the least demanding games on the market.
Right. Yeah, no, it was at 100% pinged, 100% redlined. So yeah, it looks like after a little bit of research, impromptu research, I'm going to be probably picking up the Ryzen 7 3800. It depends really what I can get a motherboard and processor combo with. I'm not 100% sure on which one I want to get. I know that the graphics card I want to get is the 5700 XT Red Devil. And come to think of it, the build probably won't be until everything gets delivered, obviously, but I will be doing that and purchasing it this week, unless I can get it at Micro Center.
Ooh, Micro Center.
Because, yeah, like I said. But yeah, so the Ryzen 7 3800X 8-core 3.9 gigahertz processor is, I think, what I'm going to go with, because that will give me the best performance for the price range that I'm looking for as far as rendering video and whatnot like that, because that's usually what maxes out my processor performance is when I'm starting to do video and rendering and stuff like that, especially when
Oh yeah, it'll make that 7700K look like dirt.
Yep, especially when I'm rendering text. Like, as soon as I start putting in some text objects in there, it's just like through the floor. Video itself isn't that bad because it's essentially a video clip. It doesn't have to draw anything. But when I start rendering text, yeah, like I said, it falls through the floor. So I'm going to be super stoked to have some better render times on that. And until I can get a 24-core Threadripper, this is going to be the next best thing. So I'm stoked on that. And if anybody wants to check that out, you can check out the YouTube channel. I will be doing a build with my brother, possibly live streaming it, and then also uploading the video after the fact. So we'll see what happens. And benchmarking. Oh, the benchmarking.
Got to Cinebench it. I want to see where it compares.
Me too.
I want to see where it compares to my overclocked 1700.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a race.
I'm sure it will just stomp the ever-loving dog crap out of it, but I'd like to see what your Cinebench score comes out.
It'll be my first build. Full-on build, so I'm super stoked to do it. And with that being said, I don't know, do you have any other topics you want to chat about?
Nope. I wish Cyberpunk would come out, but at least we're getting that new Cybertruck thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Tesla.
Elon Musk's
Oh man.
great endeavor. This is what happens when you smoke pot. Don't smoke pot because you'll come out with the Cybertruck.
If Donkey Kong 64 had a truck, it'd be the Cybertruck.
I was thinking more along the lines of Final Fantasy VII, but I think the tires are too much defined for them to be Final Fantasy VII. They would just have to be like hexagonal 3D objects. This thing is on some other level crap. And the thing that he was boasting about it, right, is that shatterproof windows, right? So the guy...
I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, exactly. The guy picks up a bowling ball, essentially, and throws it against the window. And on the back window. And then Elon looks at it and he's like, well, I guess there's room for improvement.
Well, I'm pretty sure one of these windows is bulletproof.
I think one of these windows is, and it happens to be the front hood.
Oh, so unfortunate.
Oh.
I guess they're coming out with an electric quad that you can purchase as a package deal with the Cybertruck.
That would be kind of cool.
They'll probably call it Cyber Quad. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a picture of it online. It looks neat. The quad does. The truck looks, well, just not my flavor. Looks like some Rush 2049 material, but...
Yeah, dude, it looks really weird. Like, it looks...
It's just not conventional, I guess. I don't know.
Well, even the Teslas themselves look kind of weird because you're just so used to seeing the radiator bins and stuff in the front of cars on their bumpers and stuff, like the fenders in the front to get airflow across the radiator, and this is just like a block. Even the Tesla out there right now are just like flat-faced right there, and it just looks really weird. But at the same time, makes sense because they don't need a radiator to keep an internal combustion engine cool, right?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of liked, I think it was what, the PD1000s, I think is what they were called. They were pretty all right cars as far as looks went. Nothing too eccentric, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good looking car. This Cybertruck, though, I mean, hey, look, to each their own, it's just not for me.
It doesn't look like a truck. It looks like somebody put the peak of a house roof on top of a flat boat and then put it on wheels and then decided to drive it around with an electric engine. It doesn't look like a truck. It's not a truck, damn it. Why do they call it?
Here's what happened. Okay, he went to the closest preschool and he said, "Draw me a truck."
Oh, so you're saying that he's
drew him a truck.
He's following along with the Dodge business model, then, right?
And that's what he developed.
Designed by a crayon. Oh, it's good.
It's horrible.
It'll be interesting, but again, just like Death Stranding, he's pushing the envelope. He's doing something unconventional, and people are just like, "What the hell?" But at the same time, a lot of it does make a lot of sense. Like, we need a more high-powered vehicle that's electric that can pull trailers and stuff that's not going to burn dinosaur bones. We're going to run out of dinosaur bones and fossil fuel. At some point, we have to figure out how we can, like, avert that. And just because it doesn't sound like going down the street doesn't mean it's not going to put in its tracks, like in its dust. Because electric engines are literally 100%. You push the gas pedal, you're going that fast.
Yeah, their acceleration's insane. But that's your take on it. My take on it is just like Death Stranding.
Yes.
They have created this dumpster fire size bag of flaming poo on the world's doorstep that nobody wants to stomp out.
Yep.
And that is the Tesla Cybertruck.
Hell yeah. Well, it'll be, I mean, obviously, I don't want to buy it. I wouldn't buy it even if I had money to burn. But I think that the concept behind the thinking and the thought process, I guess you could say, is to be admired to some extent because Elon Musk is trying to push the envelope and make the human race last longer than it probably should.
I get it,
Yeah.
and their pricing is very competitive with, like, say, a gas Ford F-150.
Yep.
But I mean, I've seen pictures of the interior, and I'm just not impressed, man. It looks like somebody put a countertop in there, and there's a tablet sitting on it, and then you got this little go-kart steering wheel. And you know what you pay for in the Ford? You pay for technology. You pay for, and not electric vehicle type technology,
right.
Like you pay for the GPS, the navigation, all the bells and whistles, the remote start, There's so much that goes into trucks these days, technology-wise.
Yeah, my dad's truck, my brother's truck, they both bought new trucks and stuff like that because they're in the contracting work and whatnot. And it's just like they got an entire TV in their dashboard and stuff like that and a million knobs that control everything. This, on the other hand, looks like you would just use the steering wheel if you need to like manually turn yourself because the AI isn't able to do the commands that it needs to drive the car properly. And it's got the tablet that looks like Cybertruck logo is directly influenced by Cyberpunk. Come on now.
Oh, ripoffs.
It's all jagged
If I
looking. And it
waited-
looks like Cyberpunk's logo if they would have like take the two words and stacked them on top of each other. That's
If I
literally.
waited this long for Cyberpunk just to see a Cybertruck in Cyberpunk, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna return the game. I'm gonna
No,
get
don't
my
do
money
that.
back.
CD Projekt Red is doing a good job. No.
Or every time I
They'll
see that
never
truck,
be
I'm
an
just gonna
Elon
T-bone it
Musk.
on the game.
Exactly. They'll never be an Elon Musk truck inside of Cyberpunk because Cyberpunk can't be bought.
Get out and start committing 187s on those electric vehicle owners
KILLAZ.INC 187. They used to be a
in
part
the
of
game,
the.
of course.
Yeah.
In the game.
Yeah, of course. Bully hunters.
I got nothing wrong. I got nothing against Prius drivers. All right.
Hashtag bully hunters. Cool,
Oh,
dude.
boy.
Well, I don't know. I think that about wraps things up for this session. And happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a Thanksgiving morning episode. Maybe not. Maybe we'll just stream some games.
Well, maybe what we could do is just do a live episode kind of thing because we'll be streaming it and talking about stuff, and then I can record it and edit it up after the fact and put that on YouTube as like a specialty thing. So,
Okay.
yeah. Anyways, cool. Well, until Thanksgiving, I guess. This has been Sharpie, my boy DJKILLAG, the founder of KILLAZ.INC. Thank you for joining us as always. Have a fun night on the Pavan.
You fucking bastard.
We'll catch you on the flip side, all right, buddy? KILLAZ.INC podcast. We'll see you later. Sharpie360, DJ KILLAZ.INC. Jesus Christ. Oh.
I gotta turn my mic off.
We'll catch you on the flip side. Sharpie360 and DJ KILLAG signing out. Until your mama. Bye.